Ziggy.
Yo. What's the word? Here I go. Who looking for? I'm out here. Straight. What's the vibes?
Yo, Ziggy, man, what's cracking, man? How's everything, brother?
Everything good for man. How was cracking? What's happening, man? You know the lingo. Everything sturdy, brother. How you feeling?
I'm blessed, man, and of course, I can't compare to what you going through, but I want to ask the people how long you been locked up for, bro.
Going on 17 years, you heard? 17 years, 17 sturdy years. You know, going on 17, you heard?
Damn, bro. Like, how's that? You know, like, how's that?
Like I always tell those, my main focus is always to get home. But every day I wake up, I'm blessed, brother. Every day I wake up, I have an opportunity. You know, people come home from prison every day. I ain't seen it come out that grave yet. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm alive. I'm blessed. You get what I'm saying? I have an opportunity to come home. So you guys that's in other states right now or death row right now. So sometimes I think about how that man feeling. So when I think about other people's situations, I'm blessed, you know. I got people to chill to. I got people still checking for me. You know, I'm blessed to just even have this conversation with you. You get what I'm saying? So I feel good. I feel great, bro.
Right. Nah, cause like I want to kind of start off like, cause I did first see you like on the Smack DVD, you heard? And
Yeah. Shout out to Smack. Shout out to Smack. Yeah. Some years back. Yeah, shout out to Smack. Yeah.
and then you were shouting out Riverdale, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to my Brownsville Legion in Riverdale.
Right.
All my Brownsville niggas, my Garvey is, my Sally is, Brownsville, Brooklyn is, all my New York peoples, we out here straight,
And I want to ask you because like just the state of like New York City and the hip hop. And like, when I seen you, like I said, I seen you like as a star, and then, you got kind of caught up with the shit, like, you know what I mean? And, there was a situation that I read that when you got like, I guess sentenced or convicted or like, on trial, you told the judge SMD?
hmm Yes. And let the record reflect when I was wrongfully convicted, and let the record reflect when I was railroaded.
Right.
Yes, I did tell the judge, suck my dick. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't understand, the full story behind why I told the judge that.
Yeah.
A lot of people never understood the fact that this judge kicked me out of my trial based off an error that he committed. And I
Wow.
tried to protest the error that he committed, and he kicked me out of trial because he felt I didn't have no authority to speak to him,
Wow.
despite the error that he committed. So, it always sounds good for them to just say, the narrative and the image that they wanted to paint of me, they portrayed it as if I was just some foul-mouthed murderer, which I'm not a murderer. They wanted to portray the image as if I told the judge suck my dick. But my first words, what I told the judge was, no matter what the verdict is, I'm innocent and I'm not guilty of these charges.
Right.
And I can't apologize and say sorry for something that I did not do.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to those people, that's bad. But I can't say I'm sorry because I didn't do it.
Right.
And I just told the judge, my whole trial, Your Honor, you and the district attorney were sucking each other off. I didn't get a fair trial. So the only thing I'm uptight about is that I wasn't able to get my dick sucked. But that's why I told the judge to suck my dick. It's because I watched him, play favoritism to the prosecutor and set the tone to have me wrongfully convicted.
Mm-hmm.
The rulings that he made was set in the tone to have me wrongfully convicted. So that's why I told the judge what I told the judge.
Right.
And keep in mind, years later, this is the same judge who was just recently removed off the bench based off of having other people wrongfully convicted and they having their case overturned. Wow. This is the same judge who has the most overturned convictions in New York City, more than any other judge on the bench. So last year they had him removed off of the bench because of his erroneous rulings. because the Court of Appeals have given back over 500 and something years based off of his excessive sentences. So when I'm 19 years old and I'm watching my life, being taken away from me by this judge, watching him set the tone to have me wrongfully convicted, the only thing I felt I could do was tell him suck my I'll fucking like, you get what I'm saying?
Do you kind of regret saying that, or?
I wouldn't say, at that time I didn't regret that. And I would say that, years later, now that I'm more mature, I definitely could have chosen some better words,
Right.
I recently graduated college. I got my associate degree. I've done a lot more reading. So
Congrats.
my vocabulary is way, thank you, you know what I'm saying? But my vocabulary is way more better. So yeah, I would have probably still wowed them up, but I would have wowed them up on a more intellectual type note. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'd have still wowed them up, you know? But nah, I can't say I really regret it, man, because at the end of the day, that man gave me 107 years for crimes I did not commit. You get what I'm saying? He set the tone to have me wrongfully convicted, so I really wouldn't say that I regret that. And he was going to give me that time regardless. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that when I told them that, that's why I got the 107 years.
Right.
Before I was sentenced, my co-defendant was sentenced a month before, and he blew to lesser charges than me, and he was sentenced to the max. So me and my lawyer already knew I was going to get the max. They was actually trying to give me 120 years, but they ended up giving me 107 because they ran certain charges concurrent.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Wow. But there's a but to that story.
Yes. Yes.
So can you tell the people, like the good news?
It says right now, I'm active. I got a good legal team right now that's fighting to have me exonerated.
Nice.
So will coming soon. I will be in court coming
Nice.
soon. I don't want to give them no date because I don't want, cause like I say, I have people praying for my downfall, and it's like I have people praying for my success.
Right.
So, I don't want people lighting candles on me and, praying over chicken bones on me. But,
Right.
God is good. God is great.
Yes.
And I have a court date coming up soon. My lawyers, has been putting that work in. And, I'll be down in court real soon. The court is starting to see the truth of my case. They starting to listen. And I'm about to have my shot in court any day now.
God bless. God bless. God bless.
And God is good. God is good.
All the time. And like I also got to say you went kind of viral because I think Charlemagne called you out, right?
Oh man, shout out to Charlemagne. Shout out to Charlemagne. I ain't going front, yeah. Back in 2011 when I got sentenced, Charlemagne had me on Donkey of the Day. He had me on 105.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't going front. I'm young, I'm wild. I'm like, it's on sight when I see this nigga, He wound me up. He like, dude out in Brooklyn told the judge suck his dick. Now he got 107 years, and now he going to be the one sucking dick. All type of wild shit. I'm like, this nigga had me in my cell hot. You know what I'm saying? But I understand, this is what he get paid to do. So I understand that as years went by, I read his book, and I listened to him a lot more. A lot of things, not a lot of things, but some things I don't agree with. But I respect the man mind. I respect him now as far as, what he do and what he promote.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And I've been trying to, Charlemagne, shout out to you too, Charlemagne, because we need to have a sit down, brother. I'm reaching out to you. I'm extending, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me. Because all I want you to let you know, Charlemagne, is that if you would have knew that this judge, wrongfully convicted me, set the tone to have me wrongfully convicted, removed me from my trial, you get what I'm saying, and did everything he could do to make sure that I got convicted, would I still be given the Donkey of the Day? Right. This same judge just recently got removed off of the bench because he also played a part in having other people wrongfully convicted. This same judge allowed a police officer to testify in another man's case, knowing that the police officer was testifying falsely committing perjury. The judge still allowed it to go through. That man just received the overturn of his conviction. It was on the front page of the newspaper, and they said the trial judge committed catastrophic errors. I'm just saying this to you, Charlamagne, that was the reason why I told the judge something like that. So what I'm asking you, brother, is we could, in your first time of giving out Donkey of the Day, reverse the roles, take back my Donkey of the Day, and get that motherfucker the Donkey of the Day. You get
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
You need to do, Charlamagne. You heard? That's what we need to do. Now that you know the facts of the situation, come on, reverse that. Get that Donkey of the Day to who it belongs to. But shout out to Charlamagne, man.
Right. And also, like I also want to ask you, like, right now you're doing a long bid, 17 years, and you're known Crip, correct?
Yes. That's what they say.
Right. And I just need to ask you, like, in New York, a lot of New York State, like in prison, it's mostly ran by Bloods. Is it like kind of like hard in there for you? Pause, like, for you to bid or
Now, I'm not gonna lie, like, it is what it is, but, it was hard, it was hard, Times have changed, a lot of brothers done came through, brothers like myself, brothers like, Hollywood, brothers like Sack Bite, brothers like Schemes, brothers like C's, brothers like, Blue Boy, Little Blue Boy, the Bro Insanes, and a lot of dudes,
right.
We've, somewhat change the culture. We gotta be here, we gonna be here, and our presence is gonna be respected. You get what I'm saying? So it was rough. I'm not gonna lie, like I tell people all the time, like no funny shit. Like when everybody was going through that COVID shit, 6 feet, social distance, you get what I'm saying? I was used to that. Back in the day, if you pull up to the spot and you said you was Crip, niggas stayed away from you like you had COVID or something, or you had a disease. Yo, nah, that nigga Crip, yo, stay away from that nigga, you heard? That
Wow.
shit was rough. You
Wow.
heard?
Wow.
That shit crazy when you pull up on a spot. Niggas don't know when you pull up on it. Now, keep in mind, not only are you Crip, but if you got a name for yourself,
Right.
you pulling up on a company, you pulling up in a jail, and it's 30 motherfuckers, it's 30 cells, and out of them 30 cells, 12 of them niggas is motherfucking blood, you feel me? It's like, that shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, a person always gonna do what they gotta do to survive. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it was rough, but times change. And now, it's not uncommon to see Crips and spots now. Everybody living, respecting each other, space, respecting each other, peace. But hell yeah, bro, that shit was hard, and that shit was rough. But we still here, we still standing, we still striving to get home, and we still, making it count, we making it work.
Right. And when it comes to this Brooklyn thing, especially this hip hop, it kind of like, like New York City, it changed to like kind of drill, you heard? And the young kids is a lot with the woos, the chos, especially in Brooklyn, and like GD. What do you got to say about that?
Oh man, that's what I say about that. It's like, I just look at it like, it's their time. The culture always gonna shift. The culture is always gonna change. Everything is subject to change. Some things are gonna change for the better. Some things is gonna change for the worse. But as far as with the woo and the cho shit, I don't agree with the beefing and all that. But at the same time, I can't speak on people beef. I can't speak on people losses because I'm not out there for that. That's not my era of,
Right.
gang culture. That's not my era. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I don't condone in it, and I don't agree with it because at the end of the day, all y'all doing is, terrorizing the community, and now y'all gotta come in here. You know what I'm saying? But I get it though. I get it because, I was once that. I once had that energy. So I get it. But like, I salute the shows. I salute the wolves. You get what I'm saying? I just tell these dudes, get it together, bro. Y'all ain't gotta promote negative shit, promote positive shit. Get to your bag, respect each other, space. You get what I'm saying? But as far as the drill shit, like I say, these people not playing. The police not playing.
Right.
They not playing in New York. All that shit the Chicago niggas get away with, they not letting y'all, any hot rapper, they hitting y'all with indictment. Shout out to Chef, Free Chef. You see what they did to Chef. You see what they did to Bobby. You see what they did to Casanova. You see what they did to the,
Everybody. Everybody.
6ix9ine situation. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
You see what they did with Pop R.I.P. before he passed away. So I just say that to say they're not playing with dudes. You get what I'm saying? So just focus on the bag. They're not playing with rappers. They're not playing with us. They're not playing with us. They
Right.
not playing with us, bro.
Right. That's
You know, this
facts.
shit is real life. Niggas is getting real life.
And okay, so then if you want to say like that, then what do you? Because shout out to Hocus for Fifth. He started a movement like like to drop their flag, and what do you think about that?
Um, I support, shout out to Hocus, Dollar, all of them. We always on Rikers Island back in the day. Me and
Oh
Hocus
shit.
never had the privilege of running across. Yeah, shout out to them. Me and Hocus never had the privilege of running across each other, but we always on Rikers Island. 08, 09, when they was fighting their situation. I was down, we was fighting our situation and shit.
Hmm.
But I salute them and I support them. That's
Wow.
not my way I would go about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not my way I would go about it. But I still support it because there's many different ways to solve a problem.
Hmm.
Everybody have their different ways or different views of solving a problem.
Hmm.
And he's out there right now and he may feel that's the way he can solve the problem. Me personally, I just feel that us as human beings, we're social people. So we are meant not to be alone. So people are always going to naturally click up and come together. So
Hmm.
whether you call it a family, whether you call it a gang, whether you call it a fraternity, whether you call it the NYPD, whether you call it the FBI, whether you call it ICE, whether you call it Wu, whether you call it Choo, whether you call it Crip, Blood, Folk, whatever you call it,
Hmm.
people are naturally going to want to come together for a common purpose.
Hmm.
So my ideology is that we just need to tell the bros, all right, if you're going to be Blood, you're going to be Crip, you're going to be Wu, you're going to be Choo, just come together for a positive purpose. Because there's nothing illegal with being in a gang. It's just the activities that the gang indulge in, which now the government try to criminalize us and give us the RICO for. So we just gotta let the young bros know, rep your shit, but in the process of repping your shit, do something positive. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
like I say, I'm setting the tone. The reason why I graduated, the reason why I'm going for my bachelor is because I'm trying to let the little bros know coming up with a 2025 number, a 2026 number, that you ain't got to go through what I went through 10, 15 years ago.
Hmm.
When I pull up to a spot, niggas is giving you a knife, giving you a scalpel, you go into the yard, you going to get busy. You got to leave the spot. Ain't no time to chill. Niggas is gang banging. Niggas is active. Now when little bros pull up to the spot, I'm telling them niggas, yo, cuz, sign up for college. Bro, sign up, get your GED.
Wow.
This is how we banging now. This is what it's about.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to change the narrative to where it's like, I'm like, nah, that's the big bro. Bro still, you get what I'm saying? This is what we doing. So I'm just still here to change the narrative. So when they say, oh, these dudes are gang members, it's not automatically so, because once you hear gang member, people automatically associate it with something negative.
100%.
Once you hear gang member, people automatically associate it with destruction. You're terrorizing the community. So now we could change the narrative so when people hear, yo, them dudes is Crips, them dudes is Bloods, them dudes is folks, then now the question is like, all right, well, what type of Crips are they? What kind of Bloods are they? Are they the ones that's in the community, cleaning up the community? Are they the ones that's stopping the violence and trying to, de-escalate a lot of shit?
Hmm.
And it's not automatically some negative shit. So my approach right now is that's what I'm trying to do. Let the bros know, rep your shit. Go to school. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need judges. We need bail bondsmen. Because when you understand how the system really works, that's how they railroad us. From the police, the police is in touch with the district attorney. The district attorney is in cahoots with the judges is in cahoots with God knows who else. So they got a whole system.
Yes, that's
So
a
at the end
fact.
of the day, we gotta let the bros know, yo, bro, we need y'all in these places. There's nothing wrong with being legit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's my thing. I'm just trying to change the narrative and the image of people that's in gangs. That's just my approach.
Wow. Nah,
But
that's
shout
real.
out to Hocus and I'm in, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, that's real. That's real. And yeah, man. And like I said, yo, that shit, man, just a lot of these, these youngins is going to prison. You know what I mean? Like you said, and they're all catching Ricos. The hip hop police is on everybody's ass. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I.
that shit real, bro. That shit real. And what I want to tell a lot of little bros out there, no matter what you a part of, don't let these big homie niggas fool you. Don't let these big
Mm,
homie niggas that's locked up, don't let these
mm,
big homies manipulate y'all. Or for a lot of niggas that's out there, it's really not big homies. They just the niggas that's left over to tell a story. You get what I'm
wow.
saying? Those are the
Wow.
niggas that's just left over because this real sturdy niggas is gone. So
Wow.
a lot of these niggas is just older niggas that was bozos when we was out there, but they just the ones that's left to tell a story about what the official niggas was doing. So now the little bros really automatically think that they the big homies, but you could tell by the chaos that's going on out in the street that the big homies ain't really out there. Because the big homies gonna keep everything in proper perspective. You get what I'm
Wow.
saying? So
Wow.
I only say that to say it. Then now, you got a lot of niggas that came to prison and got some type of big homie status or whatever they want to call it, and now they telling the little bros in the town. So you know what I'm saying? Keep some beef going on that they not even keeping going on behind these walls. So
Mm-hmm.
niggas may be calling little bros, telling them, yo, yeah, it's on site with these niggas. But how you calling the town telling niggas it's on site with these niggas, but you in the jail living with the same niggas you trying to tell niggas in the street to get at? So
Wow.
I'm telling the little bros, and these you big homies know who y'all are.
Wow.
Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all tricking the little bros out their spot, having the little bros risk their freedom, risk their life, coming to prison because y'all done fucked up y'all life. And y'all got these niggas carrying something on that y'all not even carrying on behind these walls.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is in the yard chilling with each other. Y'all had beef in the street. If it's on site in the street, why it ain't on site behind the wall? You know why? Because niggas got no choice but to live with each other and coexist with each other. So if you in the yard right now, coexisting with each other and living with each other, you let the little bros know, nigga, y'all figure out how to coexist and live with each other in the street.
Right.
And don't jeopardize your freedom.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Cause ain't nothing funny and ain't nothing official, nigga, about being locked up away from your family doing 100 years, 100 and some years. Ain't nothing official about that. Ain't nothing official about me right now being in a motherfucking cell for a crime I didn't commit.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing official about that. You get what I'm saying? I'm away from my family. I'm away from my daughter. Ain't nothing official about that. So I'm just telling the little bros, sturdy up, get money, smarten up,
And
straight up,
right.
straight.
And for the people who never even been to jail, like what is it like? You know what I mean? Like
Yo, bro, I'm saying prison done changed, homie. Like, when I came up, nigga, it was just straight letters and stamps. Right now, I'm in my cell, talking to y'all on a tablet, right?
wow.
This is the real definition of having a cell phone. Like, no funny shit. This is
Wow.
a real definition of having a cell phone. I'm in a cell. You could talk on your phone. They give you a phone in your cell. It's on your tablet. You could talk all fucking day. I got a cell phone in my cell. Let the
Wow.
record reflect. I'm talking about my tablet, so don't come rushing my cell thinking I'm saying I got a cell phone. And I'm talking about the tablet that the state give me, so I'm not talking about no cell phone. But like I said, prison done changed. They making it comfortable for niggas to be in here. Right now I'm talking to you. I got a 13-inch TV in my cell, big ass Sanjane radio. I got my bed. They make it comfortable. They trying to keep niggas in here.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But prison done changed, bro. But like as I see as time going by, they just trying to make it more comfortable because they saying, yeah, nigga, you gonna have a long stay here, so we gonna make it comfortable for you. You know?
Wow.
But
Wow.
prison done changed, though, bro. Prison done changed. They got body cameras now. They giving out new charges, so you can't even. They giving niggas new charges for fist fights now. See,
Wow.
they don't have body cameras. They got cameras all over the place now. So if you think you're going to drill a nigga or boom a nigga, even if that nigga don't press charges, the state's still going to give you a new charge.
Huh.
So it's like prison done changed, homie. Prison done changed, homie. You got all these crackheads running around. Everybody high off this K2 shit. Like the
Oh.
caliber of niggas is just like, yo, bro, like when I say the caliber of niggas that's running around, the shit is different, bro. You know, the main focus is to get home. This ain't no place for nobody, bro. And that's real nigga shit. And don't get me wrong, I understand circumstances and situations may be out of a nigga control, but at the end of the day, most times we do have control. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? So
Right.
just always control your situation. Always control your situation. You get what I'm saying? Straight up.
Right.
Straight.
Right. And yo, I see you getting, in the few pictures I seen you, I seen you a little Aki and all that, you heard?
Oh yeah, the straight Tookie state of mind. Had me in
Right.
the Tookie state of mind. All right. You get what I'm saying, in the shack, 325, lifting that thing up, for some change on the squats, everything healthy, everything strong.
Damn, you
I don't miss
325 on the
movement
bench?
physically. Yeah. That's something light, you
Oh,
heard? That ain't
what?
nothing but that ain't nothing but
Oh,
that ain't.
oh,
You
I
gotta
got hit.
remember, man. You gotta remember.
Oh,
Yo,
You
listen,
have 1
shit.
minute left.
you gotta remember, homie. I'm a cinder
Oh,
block, but you gotta remember, I'm crip and I'm
oh,
small. So
shit.
I used to have to work. I used to have to work out to fight at least two niggas. That's how I was
Wow.
brought up. Ain't
Wow.
no. Okay, and my mind, I'm mad little, homie. But anytime they send niggas at me, they always send at least two and better. So when I
Wow.
work out to fight at least two niggas. You heard?
Yeah.
I work out to fight at least two niggas. You heard? So it ain't no
Wow.
1-on-1. Well, I ain't gonna
Wow.
fuck my whole time being locked up, homie. I ain't have a 1-on-1 my whole 17 years being locked up. Never had a 1-on-1. They always send niggas to just go get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. You heard? Whoa, you know
Wow.
what I'm saying? So yeah, but everything's strong, everything's sturdy. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be fit physically and mentally. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, bro, that's impressive, bro. God damn, 325. Yeah, I gotta get my shit right, yo.
Yeah,
Thank you for using Securus.
I'm a spinner block.
Goodbye.